Hi, I'm Shelley Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today, let's make some stretchy trousers or pants to fit vintage Pedigree Sindy dolls and similar sized dolls. Before we begin, please go to my website, shelleywood.com, to download the free PDF sewing pattern, which looks like this. Use the ankle pants pattern to cut out all the pieces shown here. Lay one trouser's leg on top of another, keeping right sides together. If you're using fabric where it matters, here's an example showing right sides together. Sew around the crotch. I'm using a backstitch for this, but you could use a sewing machine. Do the same thing for the other two pant legs. Remember to keep right sides together. Clip your sewn crotch seams. Now, for these little tiny snips, I use Fisker's Stitchers. If you need a pair of these, there is a helpful link in the description area below. Once you've finished clipping both of your crotches, open each pair of pant legs up like this. Turn them around so you're looking at the right side. Lay one pair on top of the other, keeping right sides together. Okay, now you might not understand what I mean by that, so here's what I mean. So at first I have it so that you can't see the seams, and then I lift one up, lay it over the top so you can. Sew down the length of one of the out seams. In other words, stitch from the waist over the hip and thigh area on down all the way to the bottom of the pant leg. Now open the pants up like this. Create a casing at the top of the pants or trousers by folding the edge of the fabric once and then a second time, following the guide on the trousers pattern. Pin the casing in place with straight pins and whip stitch from one end of the casing to the other, removing your straight pins as you go. If you need help with the whip stitch, I actually have a tutorial for that. Just look in the description below this video. Measure your doll's waist for elastic and cut the elastic to fit with just a slight overlap. For this project, I recommend 1/8 inch or 1/4 inch wide elastic. Attach a safety pin to one end of the elastic. Send the safety pin through the casing. Use straight pins to hold the elastic in place. Again, you might struggle with this, so here I am doing the same thing. I'm just inserting the little safety pin in through the casing hole, and then when I get toward the end of the elastic, I insert a straight pin to hold it in place. Then I continue to push the safety pin through the casing, and then I take off the safety pin and very carefully I place another straight pin on the other side. Now your trousers will look something like this. Bring the elastic edges together, keeping right sides together. So this is what I mean by that. It's always good to give it a little tug of the elastic, and then you just bring the two cut ends of the elastic together. And now you're going to sew the out seam, being sure to go over the elastic a couple of times with your stitches. Sew from the elastic down the out seam of the pant leg all the way to the bottom. Again, I'm using a backstitch here, but you could use a sewing machine. Now your trousers or pants will look like this. Go to the bottom of just one pant leg, open it up, and create a double fold hem by folding once and then a second time, again following the guidelines that you see as they're printed on the pattern. Okay, so just so you can see me do it, I open up that pant leg. I like to leave the seams kind of flat like that. Fold it once, fold it a second time, and then you're going to whip stitch to hem the end here. Pin the hem in place and use a whip stitch to finish off your hem. Now sew from the finished hem of one pant leg to the crotch and then down the next leg, stopping at about the knee area. Tie a knot and cut the thread free. Take the unfinished pant leg in your hand, open it up like this, and double fold hem it, just like we did with the first pant leg. Okay, so I've got this pant leg in hand. I open the seam, I fold this side once and then a second time. Then I begin to whip stitch this pant leg to hem it. As you whip stitch to hem this second pant leg, it's a good idea to stop every now and then and compare the two sides so that you can make sure one hem's length matches the other. Once you've finished hemming the second leg, finish stitching from the knee to the hem. Clip the crotch seam. That's what I'm doing here. So I just open it up and I take a snip on either side. Turn your trousers right side out. I like to use a chopstick to help me with inverting things like skinny leg pants. And again, there's a link to chopsticks in the description area below. So if you'd like to get yourself a pair just for making doll clothes, I've offered a little link in the description area. And now you're ready to try the trousers on your doll. For more free, printable PDF sewing patterns for making dolls' clothes to fit dolls of many shapes and all different sizes, please remember to visit my website, shelleywood.com. Hi, I'm Shelley Wood. I've been asked, how do you get so much sewing done? Well, of course, I have a trick. I use a sewing planner to help me achieve my sewing goals. And now I have uploaded it to my Etsy store. So in my Etsy store, I'm offering an editable version of the sewing planner that I use for setting goals for you to download to your phone or computer. Just type your goals into the text boxes, print it out, and pin it on your own sewing room wall, just like I do in my sewing room. Set New Year's resolutions that you can actually achieve and make changes to your planner as your goals are met. It's only a one-page planner, but you can reprint it a gazillion times and it's 99 cents.